So as you can see, we're getting a little bit fiddly here with our 3 content boxes. Let's go and finish off the other 2 content boxes, and that will conclude the low resolution design and also the design process here inside Photoshop for all 3 layouts, which is great. So we're really getting somewhere, which is wonderful. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and set my background colors for the 2 content boxes. That's kind of the easy stuff. Let's get the easy stuff out of the way first, and then we'll go after the fiddly stuff. So there's the first content box, or I should say the second content box, the first of the 2 content boxes. That's what I meant to say. Okay, color overlay, and we'll set that to blue as well. Okay, good stuff. So there we are. Okay. I think the other thing that I'll do is I'll get the placeholder text in place as well. That's kind of an easy job, so we'll do that as well. I'm going to twist open the content box 1 layer group. I'm going to grab the placeholder text and duplicate them twice. Once again, just by dragging that type layer down to the new layer icon down at the bottom of the layers panel. Okay. And then, of course, we will take these copies and position them appropriately inside the layers panel. Something like this, if I can get the layers panel to cooperate with me. There we go. Okay, and we can collapse down the content box 1 layer group. Okay. Now, give me just a second. Looks like I didn't get my second type layer. This happened to me earlier where I had moved the type layer, but it didn't move it out of the layer group. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so we should have text layer, content box 2, and then text layer, and then content box 3. A little bit confusing, a little bit complicated. Grab your, let's see, this would be the first copy of the placeholder text. With our move tool, let's go ahead and drag and drop this guy down into position inside the second content box, something like this. And then let's repeat that for the third block of placeholder text. We'll go and move that guy down onto content box 3 like so. Okay. All right, good stuff. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. That was pretty straightforward. Now what I want to do is I want to go and grab the 2 photos and the title text for the remaining content boxes. Now, earlier, when we were setting up the first content box, I did a little bit of scaling. I did a little bit of free transform to scale this guy down a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the content box 2 layer inside the layers panel, and I'm going to make use of guides inside Photoshop to help me resize the photographs and the text that I'm about to drop into this layout. Now, I'm not sure if you know about guides inside Photoshop or not, but we're about to be given a crash course on them if you've never used them before. Control-Command-R on your keyboard. That'll bring up your rulers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my cursor into the ruler on the left-hand side, the vertical ruler, and I'm going to click and drag out. And what that's going to do is that's going to drop a guide into my document for me. Notice I'm going to drop this guide, or I'm going to let go of my mouse right up against the left edge of the Emily Dickinson photograph. Okay, so this is a guide. It's a non-printing guide that's only used for layout, really. Okay. And I'm going to repeat that one more time for the right-hand side of the photo as well. So I'm going to bring my cursor into the vertical ruler there on the left-hand side, click and drag, and I'm going to drop this guy onto the right edge of the Emily Dickinson photograph, just like that. Okay, so now I know the width of the photos once I drop them into this layout. So there you go. There's your guides. Control-Command-R once again to turn off your rulers. All right, let's go after the content box 2 photo. So I'm going to head back to the medium resolution layout, and I'm going to have to go and find that photo and the title text. So that's going to be inside content box 2. So now it's going to be the vector smart object that we're after. That's tickets and rates, the title text, plus the photo, which is from Flickr user Kawanja, plus the photo cookie cutter layer, don't forget. Okay, so 3 layers are coming in. Grab all 3, drag and drop them into the low resolution layout. Okay, now this is why we created the guides. If you were sitting there going, why are we creating guides? What purpose do they serve? I'm going to set it up so that the second photograph is lined up, his left edge is lined up with the first guide inside our layout there. There we are, something like this. Then I'm going to hit my free transform, Control or Command T, and I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to scale this guy down and try and position him between the two guides, something like that. Okay, there we are. Now, it might take a little bit more fiddling. I kind of got lucky here. Things went really smoothly for me, which is nice. I'll hit Enter on my keyboard to lock that in. And then I'm going to have to do a little bit of fiddling with the actual text, tickets and rates. I said that I didn't want the text to spill outside of the blue box, so I'm going to have to pull him down. I'll have to take the photo and nudge him down as well, just using my down arrow key on my keyboard, something like that. So there's the second content box, which is great. Let's go and set up the layer group. I hope that went smoothly for you. I'm just going to go and grab all the layers for content box 2 and group them together here. Content box 2. There we are. I'm going to go ahead and put the brakes on here and let you get caught up and let you take a breath. And when you're ready, let's jump into the third content box, and we'll also, of course, be finishing off the low resolution layout.